bunch formation for these receivers. Here's Raiola to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the transfer. First carry. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. Right side, it's Fields. Quick step and go. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sets his feet. It's Raiola. Fires to the big fella. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. Syracuse might take a shot here on second and short. Here's Raiola to throw. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. They need a huge play on third and long. Looking to throw. Fires to the middle. And the third down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense. The Orange will have to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps. The Orange ready to go on the attack on this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Let's think a little bit about Syracuse. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Raiola can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air. It's Raiola. Finds his big tight end. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. They go to the counter. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Making the adjustment on the play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. Syracuse operating with a fresh set of downs after that last completion. Hits inside. It's Fields. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Raiola. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Fourth down, Raiola. left side, it's Johnson. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. They're going to run it. Shows him the stiff arm. Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry. Give to the running back. Turning it on. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The Orange calling for a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Syracuse with a fresh set of downs to open play here in the second. Throwing Raiola. Rush right in his face. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Powers inside. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on first and goal. And here's Raiola to throw. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Guys, let's talk about Syracuse. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Plows his way ahead. He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's Raiola to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Coleman. Got 9 yards on the play. Leaves him with 3rd and a yard.
and a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The handoff as they run the counter play here. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
He slides down, and he's got enough to convert the second and short. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Running inside, it's Coleman. Tried to find a seam for more, but a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Raiola. He's got it. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. To throw, it's Raiola. Makes a catch. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The Hawkeyes call a timeout. It's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a gap, it's Coleman. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. Iowa spends his second timeout here. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. They'll try to get it in with the run. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Throwing Raiola. Trying to make magic with his feet. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Timeout taken on the field. It's the second call by Syracuse. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Second down coming up. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Hey, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Raiola from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. There he goes. And he was finding... Quick give. It's Betts. Makes him talk to the hand. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of their way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's Raiola to throw. He's going to run it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Orange with a ton of options available on 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Coleman. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
On the run, it's Fields. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now he's looking to throw it. Here comes the heat. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Trying to escape and get it himself. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things.
Touchdown, Syracuse. And they add 6 more. This offense has it with really good field position. Here's Raiola to throw. In traffic, it's Fields. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Fields. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Turns it upfield. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. Syracuse doing business in the red zone. They'll run it. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. Touchdown, Cuse. And with that, the Orange, after the explosive play, might go right back to the ground. The run inside. It's Fields. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll ride him again. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down. They'll have a first down here, a week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
This offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the...
Touchdown, Orange! And they take it in for 6 more points. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Under pressure, finds his man. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Orange could go for it all right here on 2nd and inches. Hits inside, it's Fields. He'll be stopped at his own 23-yard line, but he's got enough to move the chains and pick up the first down. He has 89 yards rushing now here in week 1, a solid start to this new campaign. Finds the tight end. Oh, what a cut! He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They give it to him again. He's got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Hawkeyes call a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. To the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Iowa spends his 2nd timeout here. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Right back to the well. And he's stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. They'll stop the clock to have a look at the injured Hawkeye. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Now the Hawkeyes will call their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Working the ground game. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be...
Got it! And he won't be able to push his way in. He's stopped at the 1. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Syracuse. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other. over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.